Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys and others, and hello. I haven't done one of these for a little while. In fact, I haven't done one since I was a little bit emotional that time. Can I just say a really big thank you to everybody for all your messages. Oh, got a bit of dandruff. Lovely messages of support. I've had so many emails passed through to me through Anne. Apologies for those that I haven't replied to. They're the ones that have been forwarded to me by Anne, and I don't have email addresses back for you. But needless to say, it's very, very much appreciated. For those of you that don't know, the committee all chipped in together and sent me a surprise care package through the post. It was this big box full of stuff, which is absolutely fantastic. One of the things in there was bread making kit. Well, when I say bread making kit, a packet of bread mix. So I decided today that I was going to bake some bread, and I tell you what, I didn't know how much effort goes in to making bread. So you got to make them. You've got to make the mix first. You got to make the dough, mix it all together, and then you've got to put it on put it on a surface that's got flour on it, and knead it all together, and then you've got to let it rest for a little bit. Then I had to put it onto the baking tray, and then I had to put it into a warm place for 40-45 minutes for it to rise. There's no such thing as a warm place in Scotland. It just isn't. Anyway, and then it's baking. It's literally a few minutes away from supposedly being ready. So we're going to take it out. I'm going to take it out in front of you to see how it's all come out. If it's a disaster, then we'll share that together. But I reckon I could have driven all the way back from the Isle of Skye, all the way back to Birmingham, and bought a loaf of bread there and brought it back here in nearly the same time as it's taken me to make this loaf of bread. I've realised that obviously I'm not in my own kitchen, so I don't have access to lots of different equipment, and I've realised that the baking tray was not the right shape for it. So it looks a little bit more like a cake than it does a loaf of bread. And I think I've burnt it. Oops. Right, anyway, let's pull it out together and see what happens. So, here we go, look. That's sitting there. Look at that. Right, let's turn the oven off. And let's pop this there. There we go. Right. I know, look at me. I'm like a baker. I have never baked bread in my life. I don't think I've ever really baked anything. I'm a good cook because my mother's taught me well. But I am not a baker, so this is going to be interesting. So apparently I've got to pop this out onto there like that. I've got to tap it because it's meant to sound hollow. Doesn't sound too hollow, but that's my loaf of bread. Yeah, I was kind of expecting it to have risen a bit more. It looks more like, yeah. It's definitely not the way I was expecting it to come out. No, that sounds all right. Well, I mean, what do you think? I don't know. I'm quite proud of it, really. No, genuinely, I'm quite proud of it. Once it's cooled down a bit, I'll see what it's like on the inside. And I'm going to have it tonight. I'm going to have some beans on toast tonight. I know that doesn't sound particularly exciting, but I've got this bread that I've just baked, so I might as well use it. So I'm going to make some beans on toast with some cheese melted on top. But because it's not very high, I'll have to give myself a few slices. and put them on a plate. And then cover it with beans. So that's my loaf of bread. I genuinely, I'm quite impressed with that. I know it looks a little bit burnt on the side, but actually, on closer inspection, it's really not that bad. It's not burnt as in like it's going to taste burnt. It's just a little bit brown, as they say in Scotland, brown. Oh, guess what I've learnt today? I've learnt today that I am actually Scottish. Chris Bowden, you're going to love this. Like, genuinely. And I'll tell you for why. Oh, a bit thirsty. I'll tell you for why. Because I found out today, I was doing a bit of research because I'd read something briefly, so I thought, you know what? It sounds like absolutely utter garbage. So I'll research it and like have a look for real. And it is actually true. So I was brought up and raised in Doncaster in South Yorkshire. That's where I spent my first 18 years of my life, and that's where I get my little Yorkshire twang on my accent, even though I've lost the majority of it. Anyway, I found out today that in the year 1136 there was something called the Treaty of Durham. And I can't quite remember all the details of it, but basically, to cut a long story short, Scotland was given various different territories up north, but they also were given like a handful of towns that then belonged to Scotland. And Doncaster was one of those towns. So Doncaster, from the year 1136, belonged to Scotland. And to this day, it has never officially been returned to England. So therefore, I'm Scottish. Ach, the new. That's really, really, really exciting news. So anyway, what I've been thinking of, seeing as though I have now got Scottish heritage, I'm thinking of buying a kilt. And as well as a kilt, I'm thinking of changing my surname by deed poll to MacWeber, M-A-C, and then Weber. Because I'm actually thinking that that would sound really good in a Scottish accent. Chris McWeber. I think that sounds absolutely fantastic. So, so I'm thinking of getting myself a kilt, changing my name to MacWeber, and really embracing my Scottish upbringing in that very, very Scottish town called Doncaster. So anyway, so there's a little bit of information for you, which is quite interesting. Chris Bowden will love that, and I will now be able to make fun of her, as I always do, for being Scottish, whilst legitimately being able to do it because I am Scottish myself. Because I always think to myself, you shouldn't make fun of people for being different. And up to now, I have been doing with Chris. So now I can legitimately do it because I'm not different. I'm the same as her, actually. I officially am as Scottish as she is. So that's fabulous news. So actually, Chris, that practically makes us twins now, really. Anyway, what have we been doing? What have I been doing? Not a lot, as always. Writing songs. That's what I've been doing for my business. Finished a song about zombies yesterday, which was really it's really quite catchy, actually. I like it. And we've been doing the quizzes, which has been really nice to do. I've really enjoyed those. I got caught out, actually, at the last quiz, for those of you that were on it, because I'd totally forgotten we were doing the quiz. I'm not going to lie. So literally, with 5 minutes to go, I had to delve into some of the old quizzes. And I accidentally picked one that was quite recently done on one of our Friday night quizzes at the club. And so half the people that played recognised all the questions. So I got a bit of stick for that. But in return to you, those of you that were making fun of the fact that I'd repeated all the questions and you remembered them, you didn't remember many of the answers because nobody got the full score, full marks. So back to you. Anyway, I just wanted to say that I am feeling much better than what I was before. I was very emotional. I was very tired, and it was a bit of a shock to the system. But it's been a couple of weeks now. It's been a couple of weeks. It's been a week and a half since I've been on my own, and I've got used to it now. It's not easy, don't get me wrong, but like I say, that care package that was sent up to me really made me feel very special, and all the texts and all the emails that I've had off so many people from the choir has just been absolutely wonderful. Apologies if I haven't replied. Like I say, a lot of the emails that I've not got email address for, I think I've replied to everybody who's emailed me, where I do have an email address, but again, I apologise if I haven't, because I had so many of them. Please don't take offence if I haven't replied to you. But just know that it has meant the world to me to get all your messages, which has been lovely. What else is going on? Yesterday we had rain here, actually, for the first time in 3 weeks, because it's been really sunny, really dry. As you can see, it's still it's nice and bright outside again. It's a little bit overcast, as you can see, but there's no rain today. It was quite windy yesterday, actually, but I believe you had a bit of wind down in Birmingham as well, so I wasn't the only one. And everything else all right. Oh, we've got cuckoo birds outside. Now, no word of a lie, I have never in my life seen a real cuckoo. Like, genuinely never seen a real cuckoo, apart from the fake ones that you see in the clock that pop out and go cuckoo, cuckoo. But we've got two cuckoos here that fly around, and they seem to be hanging around the house. They're very loud. They're really, really loud. And I never thought I'd hear myself getting really, really annoyed at this constant cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo all the time. And they chase each other around the house. It's really quite interesting. But do you know what? I can't complain, because if a couple of cuckoos is the only thing that's irritating me, during this lockdown, then yeah. Oh, I heard you guys have had some good news with Boris's slightly confusing and unsure announcement of small eases in lockdown. I don't know how that's affecting you guys. It makes no difference to me up here, because the Scottish government has continued lockdown completely for another 3 weeks, so it really makes no difference to me. But I wonder how you guys are feeling with a slight ease. I don't even know what the terms and conditions of it really are, actually. But I do hope that things are going well. And I just thought I'd just do you a little video just to show you that I'm okay, and things are a lot better than they were, which is good. I was actually I just had a shower whilst the bread was baking. I had a shower whilst just before I did the video. I was gonna do the video inside the shower, and then I suddenly thought to myself, no, that's not a good idea, because if the phone drops by accident and then it ends up looking upwards and you can see all up my bottom, I'm not sure that would be a particularly pleasant sight, and I would probably get a scolding from Auntie Uta. Not my mother and father. They've seen it all before. Probably not as an adult, but they've definitely seen it all before. Oh gosh, I remember the day. Do you know what? I actually still remember the days as a tiny little kid. after I'd finished a poo on the toilet, having to call my mother up to wipe my bum. I actually remember that, as if I'm even telling you that. Oh, you know me better. But you know me so well. You know that I'm not embarrassed for saying things like that. My mother might be embarrassed, so I apologise to her when she watches this if I've just embarrassed her. But I do actually remember that. So yes, she's seen it all before. But yeah, I don't think Auntie Uta would have been too pleased if she'd have seen my wet bottom in the shower. So I thought I'll wait till I've finished the shower and then start the video. But anyway, look, I'm going to leave you to it. We've got a quiz tomorrow night, and I have promised to make new questions up. And I believe you've got a musical round as well, so that'll be quite exciting. From Anthony. Anthony was so drunk the other night. On VE Day, they'd had a party, a street party, a social distanced street party. I have to say, he sent me some videos of the performances because they took the piano out and the microphone and everything. And his kids were singing and playing as well. And honestly, it was absolutely fantastic. But then he video called me on the night time, and he was absolutely burnt. His face was bright red from being out in the sun all day. And he was so drunk. He could barely string two sentences together. Bless him. And then he told me that he was going to have a bath. So I was a little bit worried that he was going to drown in the bath from lack of self-control. And then I was going to get a text from him in the morning to say that he died in the bath. But he did then point out to me that the following day that he wouldn't have been able to text me if he'd have died in the bath. But you know what I mean. Stranger things have happened. Anyway, that's it from me. I look forward to seeing as many of you as I can at the quiz tomorrow. And you stay safe. Bye.